Jeep Wrangler. The Jeep Wrangler is more than just a vehicle, it's a legend on wheels, a symbol of freedom, and an icon that has captured the imagination of millions across the globe. Whenever you see one cruising down the road or powering its way across rugged terrain, you immediately recognize that this is not just another SUV, but a machine built with a purpose and a personality that very few vehicles in the world can match. The story of the Wrangler begins many decades ago, rooted deeply in history, and it has continued to evolve over time, carrying forward its rugged DNA while adapting to the modern world. To truly appreciate the Jeep Wrangler, we have to go back in time and look at how this remarkable vehicle came to life and why it holds such a special place in automotive culture. During World War II, the military needed a small, tough, and versatile vehicle that could handle extreme conditions, transport troops, carry supplies, and endure whatever challenges the battlefield had to offer. This need gave birth to what was then known as the Willys MB, the original Jeep. It wasn't about luxury, it wasn't about style, it was about utility and survival. Soldiers relied on it because it could go anywhere, from muddy trenches to desert sands, and it became a trusted companion in some of the harshest environments on Earth. After the war, civilians who had seen or driven these Jeeps wanted a version they could use in their daily lives, for farming, off-road adventures, or just as a practical vehicle. That's where the civilian Jeep, or CJ, was born, and from that point onward, the foundation of the Wrangler was laid. The Jeep Wrangler, introduced in the 1980s as a direct descendant of those CJs, carried forward that spirit of adventure. Its boxy design, round headlights, removable doors, and fold-down windshield weren't just quirky features, they were reminders of its military roots. Over the decades, the Wrangler has become a cultural icon. It represents the outdoors, exploration, and the freedom to go anywhere you desire. Unlike most SUVs that eventually blend into the sea of similar-looking vehicles, the Wrangler stands out immediately. Its design is timeless, and Jeep has been careful not to stray too far from its heritage, which is exactly why it continues to attract loyal fans. Driving a Wrangler is unlike driving any other SUV. It's not just about getting from point A to point B, it's about the experience. When you're behind the wheel of a Wrangler, you feel a connection with the road and the environment around you. The way the suspension absorbs the bumps, the way the tires grip uneven surfaces, the way the steering feels heavier compared to modern crossovers, it all reminds you that this vehicle was born for the trail. And yet, despite its ruggedness, modern Wranglers are surprisingly comfortable and refined. Jeep has managed to balance off-road toughness with on-road usability, offering features like touchscreen infotainment systems, leather interiors, advanced safety technologies, and efficient powertrains, all while preserving its raw, adventurous character. One of the things that makes the Wrangler truly unique is its customization potential. Owners don't just buy a Wrangler, they buy a platform for endless personalization. Whether it's swapping out bumpers, lifting the suspension, adding off-road tires, or even changing the roof setup, the Wrangler can be transformed into exactly the kind of machine its driver wants it to be. For some, it's a weekend toy that climbs rocks and fords rivers. For others, it's a daily driver that doubles as a lifestyle statement. You'll often see Wranglers with stickers, flags, lights, snorkels, winches, and every kind of accessory you can imagine, and that's part of the magic. It's not just a car, it's an expression of individuality. The off-road capabilities of the Wrangler are legendary. Few vehicles can match its prowess in challenging terrains. With features like solid axles, high ground clearance, locking differentials, and the available four-wheel drive systems, the Wrangler can take on trails that would leave most SUVs stranded. The Rubicon trim, in particular, is engineered for hardcore off-roading, with rock rails, heavy-duty axles, disconnecting sway bars, and massive tires. It's the kind of vehicle that doesn't just tackle obstacles, it thrives on them. Jeep has even tested its Wranglers on the famous Rubicon Trail in California, a course so challenging that it has become the benchmark for off-road capability worldwide. But what's equally impressive is how the Wrangler has embraced modern demands without losing its core identity. Today's models are equipped with turbocharged engines, hybrid technology, and advanced driver assistance systems, yet they still retain the boxy silhouette and rugged feel. This balance is not easy to achieve, but Jeep has managed to do it better than almost any other automaker. The Wrangler hasn't compromised, instead, it has adapted, ensuring that it appeals to both purists who want the raw off-road experience and new buyers who demand comfort, technology, and efficiency. The Wrangler also carries with it a strong community culture. Jeep owners often wave at each other when passing on the road, something known as the Jeep Wave, a silent acknowledgement of belonging to an exclusive club. There are Jeep events, off-road meets, and festivals where Wrangler owners gather to showcase their builds and test their machines against nature's toughest challenges. This sense of brotherhood and shared adventure is rare in the automotive world, and it shows how the Wrangler isn't just transportation, it's a lifestyle. Even in popular culture, the Wrangler has cemented its place. You see it in movies, TV shows, and advertisements, always symbolizing adventure, ruggedness, and exploration. When filmmakers want to portray freedom or a journey into the wild, the Wrangler is often the vehicle of choice. Its instantly recognizable design makes it stand out, and its reputation backs it up with authenticity. You don't have to pretend that a Wrangler can go anywhere, it actually can, and that credibility has made it a global icon. From the snowy mountains to sandy deserts, from dense forests to crowded city streets, the Wrangler feels at home in all environments. It is a vehicle that has successfully bridged the gap between being a tool and being a toy, between being practical and being aspirational. People buy Wranglers not just because they need an SUV, but because they want the feeling that comes with it, the feeling that any weekend could turn into an adventure, that any road could lead somewhere exciting, and that they are not bound by the limitations of ordinary cars. When we look closely at the design of the Jeep Wrangler, it's clear that it was never about following trends or blending in. Its upright windshield, exposed hinges, removable roof, and instantly recognizable 7-slot grille are all part of a design language that dates back decades. Most manufacturers completely reinvent their cars every few years, but Jeep takes a different approach with the Wrangler. They refine it, modernize it, and enhance its features, but they never lose the core DNA. This continuity is why even the latest Wrangler looks familiar to someone who drove a Jeep 40 years ago. It's not about chasing the latest craze in aerodynamics or flashy styling, it's about staying true to what the Jeep Wrangler represents. That consistency is comforting to fans and reinforces the idea that the Wrangler is more than a product, it's a legacy. Another fascinating aspect of the Wrangler is the sense of adventure it sparks in its owners. Many people buy SUVs today, but most of those vehicles will never leave paved roads. The Wrangler is different. Even if you never take it off-road, simply owning one gives you the feeling that you could. You might be driving to work in the city, but knowing that your vehicle could tackle a muddy trail or climb a rocky mountain if you wanted to, creates a special sense of freedom. It's psychological as much as it is practical. The Wrangler doesn't just expand your driving possibilities, it expands your imagination. That sense of possibility has helped the Wrangler build a passionate fan base across generations. For older drivers, it's a reminder of rugged simplicity and mechanical toughness. For younger enthusiasts, it's a cool, adventurous vehicle that represents a break from the ordinary. And for families, it's a practical SUV with enough space for kids and gear, but with a personality that makes every outing feel more exciting. Few vehicles manage to appeal to such a wide range of people, but the Wrangler does it effortlessly. Technology has also played a big role in keeping the Wrangler relevant. Today's models come with features like Uconnect infotainment systems, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, high-quality sound systems, and advanced navigation designed to help with off-road trails as well as city driving. There are even cameras placed strategically around the vehicle to help drivers see obstacles when rock crawling. Add to that adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, and lane departure warnings, and you realize that the Wrangler isn't stuck in the past, it has embraced the future while holding onto its identity. One of the most interesting innovations in recent years is the introduction of the plug-in hybrid Wrangler, known as the Wrangler 4Z. This model combines electric power with traditional off-road strength, giving owners the ability to drive on electricity for daily commutes while still having the capability to head off-road whenever they want. It's a step that shows Jeep is committed to keeping the Wrangler relevant in a world that is increasingly moving towards electrification. The 4Z proves that you don't have to sacrifice environmental responsibility to have an adventurous lifestyle. It's a bridge between tradition and innovation, showing how even an icon as rugged as the Wrangler can adapt to new demands. Another thing worth highlighting is the Wrangler's global presence. While it's an American icon, loved for its history and connection to freedom, it has also won fans worldwide. From the deserts of the Middle East to the mountains of Europe, from the beaches of Australia to the forests of Asia, the Wrangler has shown its versatility in countless environments. It's one of those rare vehicles that transcends cultural and geographical boundaries, uniting people who share a love of exploration. Owning a Wrangler in any part of the world connects you to a larger community of enthusiasts who see it as more than just a car. Even the driving experience of the Wrangler is unique. On highways, you'll notice that it doesn't feel as quiet or as smooth as a luxury SUV, but that's part of its charm. You hear the road, you feel the tires, you sense the mechanical nature of the machine. For many enthusiasts, that's exactly what they want, a raw, unfiltered experience that reminds them they're driving something built for adventure. And when you take it off the pavement, that's when the Wrangler truly shines. Whether it's climbing steep rocks, wading through streams, or maneuvering through forests, the Wrangler feels unstoppable. That confidence is addictive, and once you've experienced it, it's hard to go back to anything else. The removable doors and roof are another reason the Wrangler stands out. Few vehicles on the market today offer the same level of open-air freedom on a sunny day. Driving a Wrangler with the top down and doors off is an experience like no other. The wind rushing through, the wide open view of the world around you, and the connection to nature make it feel like more than just driving. It's a lifestyle. This feature has become so iconic that it's almost synonymous with the Wrangler. It's not just about transportation, it's about creating memories. Over the years, Jeep has also made sure to offer a variety of trims and configurations to suit different kinds of buyers. From the base models that focus on affordability and simplicity, to the Sahara trims that add luxury touches, to the Rubicon models that are pure off-road machines, there's a Wrangler for everyone. 2-door or 4-door, soft top or hard top, manual or automatic, the choices reflect Jeep's understanding that Wrangler buyers are passionate and want to tailor their vehicle to their needs. Unlike many manufacturers that offer limited customization, Jeep embraces it, encouraging owners to build their dream Wrangler. Another important part of the Wrangler's identity is its durability. These vehicles are known to last for decades, with many older models still on the road today, proudly carrying scars from years of adventures. Owners often form deep emotional bonds with their Wranglers, treating them as family members rather than just cars. Stories of people restoring old Wranglers, passing them down through generations, or taking them on cross-country adventures are common. This emotional connection is part of what makes the Wrangler special. It's not just about metal and machinery, it's about memories and experiences. What also sets the Jeep Wrangler apart from the rest of the automotive world is how it balances nostalgia with progress. Many vehicles that attempt to cling to their heritage often fall behind in technology, while others that push too far ahead end up losing the soul that made them special. The Wrangler, however, has managed to walk this fine line better than almost anyone else. Jeep understands that the Wrangler's soul lies in its ruggedness, its adventurous nature, and its open-air freedom, and so they've kept those elements alive while carefully layering in new advancements. For example, even as the Wrangler now comes with hybrid powertrains and advanced infotainment, you can still fold down the windshield just as you could decades ago. That mix of old and new creates a truly timeless product. Beyond design and capability, the Wrangler has a unique cultural presence. It's not just a vehicle, it's a statement of identity. When someone chooses a Wrangler, they are choosing a lifestyle that says they value adventure, individuality, and freedom over conformity. You'll rarely meet someone who bought a Wrangler by accident. It's almost always an intentional decision, and one that often leads to lifelong loyalty to the brand. Many Wrangler owners say once you buy one, you never want to go back to a regular SUV again, because everything else feels too ordinary. That's the power of the Jeep Wrangler. It transforms the way people view driving. Another aspect that makes the Wrangler so beloved is its resilience in the face of changing automotive trends. Decade after decade, as competitors rise and fall, as SUVs evolve into softer, car-like crossovers, the Wrangler has stayed true to itself. It doesn't try to be everything to everyone. Instead, it focuses on being authentic. And that authenticity has made it one of the most recognized and respected names in the industry. People know that when they buy a Wrangler, they're getting something real, not just marketing, not just promises, but a vehicle that can actually deliver on its adventurous image. The Wrangler is also deeply tied to America's automotive identity. Much like the Ford Mustang represents freedom on the open road, the Jeep Wrangler represents freedom beyond the road. It's tied to the outdoors, to national parks, to camping trips, to weekends spent exploring trails and mountains. For many, it's a vehicle that brings families and friends together. Road trips in a Wrangler aren't just about reaching a destination, they're about enjoying the journey, discovering hidden places, and making memories along the way. The stories that come from Wrangler adventures are often passed down, and that storytelling keeps the legend alive. It's also worth mentioning the mechanical simplicity that has always been part of the Wrangler's charm. While modern versions are more advanced, the spirit of easy maintenance and modification remains. Owners love the fact that they can work on their Wranglers themselves, swapping out parts, upgrading components, and experimenting with modifications. This do-it-yourself culture is part of what makes the Wrangler community so strong. It's not just about driving the vehicle, it's about engaging with it, tinkering with it, and making it uniquely yours. Off-road, the Wrangler has no equal in its class. Whether you're crawling over boulders, tackling steep inclines, or navigating through mud and sand, the Wrangler is built for it. Features like skid plates, water fording capabilities, and advanced traction management systems allow it to handle terrain that would destroy or strand most other SUVs. Jeep doesn't just claim off-road prowess, they prove it by continuously testing the Wrangler in some of the harshest conditions on Earth. The Rubicon Trail, Moab in Utah, and other legendary off-road locations have become proving grounds where Jeep ensures the Wrangler earns its reputation. This isn't marketing spin, it's real, lived-in experience, and it's why enthusiasts trust the Wrangler when the terrain gets tough. And yet, despite its off-road nature, Jeep has worked hard to make the Wrangler more comfortable on the road than ever before. Earlier generations were criticized for being noisy, rough, and impractical for daily driving. Today, while the Wrangler still retains some of its rugged character, it's also more refined. Improved suspension, better sound insulation, and modern transmissions make it a vehicle you can drive comfortably every day. It might not glide over the highway like a luxury SUV, but it provides a balanced experience where you get comfort without losing the raw personality that defines it. Another fascinating element is the Wrangler's global variations and special editions. Over the years, Jeep has released countless limited edition models, each with unique styling cues, colors, and features. From models celebrating anniversaries to trims that honor military history, these editions add even more character to an already iconic vehicle. Collectors often seek them out, and fans love the fact that Jeep continuously offers fresh twists while staying true to the core design. Let's also not forget the role of the Wrangler in inspiring aftermarket industries. There's an entire ecosystem of companies dedicated to making parts and accessories for the Wrangler, from bumpers and lift kits to lighting and roof racks. This massive aftermarket support shows how much passion exists around this vehicle. Few cars in the world have such a thriving customization culture, and that's because the Wrangler was designed to be modified. Jeep essentially encourages owners to make the vehicle their own, which deepens the bond between the driver and the machine. In recent years, we've seen an increased focus on sustainability and eco-friendly vehicles. The Wrangler has responded not just with hybrid technology but also with improved efficiency in its traditional engines. Turbocharged 4 cylinders, efficient version 6s, and even diesel options in some markets have given buyers choices that balance power with economy. Jeep knows that the Wrangler must evolve to survive in a changing world, and they've managed to do so without alienating their core fans. That ability to adapt while staying authentic is a rare quality, and it's one of the reasons the Wrangler continues to thrive while others fade away. But perhaps the greatest measure of the Wrangler's success is its ability to inspire passion. People don't just drive Wranglers, they form clubs, attend meetups, go on trail runs together, and build lifelong friendships around their shared love for the vehicle. The Jeep Wave, a simple gesture between Wrangler drivers, might seem. Thanks for watching.